Hi, I'm Eddie of Eddie's Reef Korea. Today's video is going to be on how to change the cartridges on your RODI unit. So I'm going to go through different stages. I'm going to show you first how it actually works, you know, the different components of it. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and shoot the video on how I actually change each canister and what each of them stands for. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but remember, before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and smash that notification bell. So I hope you enjoy it and find it educational and interesting. Let's take a deep dive into it. Hold on. Okay, so here we are on my laundry room. It's a little uncomfortable and there's not too much light. But what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go over the components of one of these actual RODI units. Don't look at the name brand, it doesn't matter. They're all basically standard. Okay, now if you notice here on this side, on the left hand side, I do have a TDS meter. Now this TDS meter that I have, it checks the water coming in from the water source, you know, from the city water, and then on the second button it shows the water coming out from the DI resin coming out from here. So that is a guide that tells me when I need to actually change it. Now, as we speak, I'm running a TDS of 2. It should be actually 0. So when it starts to show on the TDS meter that it's showing like 1 and then it goes to 2, the rule of thumb or the industry standard, shall we call it, they say that after 2 or 3 TDS, you should actually change. Now what I do is that it depends on your city water. Sometimes these units will actually last 3 months, 6 months, a year. It all depends on the city water coming in. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to demonstrate the different components. So like up here, what you have is the membrane. This is the main filter system. This is your membrane. It shows you the pressure of water that's coming in. Then of course you have here your sediment filter, then you have your carbon, and then you have your DI resin. Now on all these units, what happens is that actually the water that's coming out to, you know, the water that's producing is actually less than what's being drained out. So you always, when you turn one of these systems on, you always are going to have more water being drained than actually going through all these systems, what actually filters out. So this is basically how these system works. Now what I'm going to do is these systems, when it comes to opening each canister, okay, each canister should be opened with one of these tools, which all of these systems bring. So what I'm going to do is to make it more comfortable, and since I don't have so much space that I could zoom out and do it here on top of the washing machine, I'm going to take each of these individual canisters, I'm going to take them out. You know, I'm going to take them off from the unit, and then I'm going to show you outside on my dining room what it looks like and what it should look like. So hold on one second while I go ahead and I do that. But before, I'll just demonstrate the sediment filter, which is the first one that you should actually change. So this is what you do with these tools, and again, this is only used just to open it. When you reintroduce the filter, you just hand tie it. So what you do is, and very important, you should turn your source water off, and you should eliminate the pressure that's coming out from the water, so you don't have no water pressure on the system. So all you do is you grab this down here. Let me see. Okay. Oops, I got it the wrong way. There you go. And you see, as you notice, it automatically loosen up. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to go to the dining room, and I'm going to show you each individual one, how it actually looks inside and what I use. Hold on. Okay, so here we are. I brought it in this little bucket that I have. I'm going to take it out, put it here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you how it actually looks. Let me put it out here. Put this aside. Okay. Well, what they actually do is they take all the particles out of the water. You know, like little particles, little things that come from the city water. That's the first contact that this actually gets when it goes into the filter. Now, one thing that you have to look at, let me put this in the middle, is this is the new one. Matter of fact, let me take the bucket away. Okay, if you notice the difference, that's what you're looking at. When you see that your sediment filter starts to turn like brownish, like this one is actually time to replace it. Here's the new one. As you're noticing, look at the difference. You'll see that one is like a light brown. It's starting to turn brown, and then this one is completely white. So that's what you actually should be observing. So all you have to do simply is just, let me get the canister again. You go ahead. You're going to put the new one and put it inside. Whoops. This one we're going to get rid of it. Make sure that your O-ring is placed on the actual canister. This is something that's very important. You should have O-rings on these things. You should only hand tie the actual filter. Don't do it with that apparatus. That'll ruin it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this, and then I'm going to bring the second one, which would be the carbon filter. Hold on. Well, what the carbon filter does, it takes out all the impurities of the water. Any impurity that you might have on the water, this will actually do the actual trick. It'll take it out. So we do the same thing. We put it there. We put your O-ring. Make sure it's snugged in. And now we're going to go to the filter and put the carbon filter on. Okay, and now this is the third filter, the one that's all the way to the left. This is your DI. Now this is a little tricky. I'm going to show you how this actually works. I'm going to take this out. This is where actually the DI resin is in. Okay, let me put this aside. Okay, now what you have to do with these is you have to go ahead and you have to reload it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a towel. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to show you how I actually do it with the rechargeable DI resin. Now the resin that I'm using by BRS, this is there's others from other makes, but always try to get the one that changes the color. So when the active part will actually be black, and then when it starts to turn orange is when it's being exhausted, until it gets to a point that's when you start to see on the TDS meter that it starts to 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so here we are, the cartridge of the DI. Now this is how it goes, but actually you have to reverse it, and then this is the part that you unscrew to take out the actual resin. These sponges, I always wash them, but for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to empty it on the bucket. What I usually would do is I would throw it in the garbage and then just rinse it. If you notice, it's supposed to be black. You see how it turned orange? Because that's it. It's exhausted. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it interesting, educational, and fun, and informative. These RODI filters, they either go under the sink, under the bathroom vanities, or on a wall. I have it placed on the wall right next to the washer and dryer because I'm using the cold water. And like I say at the end of all of my videos, happy reefing, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.